So I'm about to go through how to use this kit that we use for fresh water. And it's great for places like streams where we don't need to use a Secchi disc for clarity. In the kit, we also include a magnet with all our testing days, some badges, some stickers, some postcards, extra test strips, as well as a case to put your phone in. So we're here at our sample location, a little stream. I'm gonna open my case up. The first thing I always say is get your field guide out. It goes through all the instructions that I'm going through here, as well as safety, normal values for different parameters, and more. While I encourage you to use your app on your phone, sometimes that's not possible. So we include a little notepad on waterproof paper and a pen that'll let you record all the details you need. So let's get started. We've already hung our thermometer up in the tree. And we'll have to remember to get that at the end to do the air temperature. So to do our water sample, we're going to be using our reacher stick today. The reacher stick is great because if you're stepping in the water, you're mixing up the silts and that's going to affect your water quality. I'm going to put my cup on here, nice and secure, and I'm going to rinse my cup 3 times in the water that I'm testing. And then I'm going to take my sample 10 centimeters up to 10 centimeters below the surface, depending on how deep your sample is. And the first thing we're going to do is water temperature, because as soon as I've taken it out, the water's temperature is going to start to change. So we want to make sure we do this right away. Pull our cap off our conductivity meter, and we're going to press the top button once. And then you can see the top number is about 1 or 2, and then the bottom number, that's our air temperature right now. And when we put it in here, it's going to read the conductivity of the water as well as the water temperature. I swish it around a little bit because basically what conductivity is measuring is the ions in water. And so you need to sort of make sure that it's mixed up. The ions can be things like road salts or like naturally occurring metals in water. So our conductivity is that top number. When the US in the top corner stops flashing, that means it's stable. And our reading is 98 microsiemens per centimeters. Water temperature is 24.7. If you notice that the top number is a decimal place, like 1.35, that means that your value is over 1,000 microsiemens, and you should be recording it as 1,300. You'll notice that that's changed the units in the top corner to MS. There's more details on common troubleshooting in your guide. When you're finished, you're going to turn it off by pressing the button here, and then you're going to put your cap back on. Now we're going to be using some test strips to do a few more tests. You use this container here, and you'll notice the sticker on the back. So we take out 1 test strip with dry hands. We want to make sure that our hands are dry because any moisture that gets in here is going to ruin the rest of the strips. So we're going to dip it in the water for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Then we wait 20 seconds, after which we compare our strip vertically. So what I always suggest you do is you do 1 at a time and you go over. So the top one is total chlorine, and we have a reading of 0. pH, 7.5. Alkalinity looks close to 80, and total hardness is 0. Things like alkalinity and hardness don't change very much in most water bodies, and if they do, that is going to be really strange and might be a sign of pollution. Things like pH may change over a day. So once we're finished with our test strip, it's wet, so we don't want to put it back in here. We include another container that is your garbage container for your test strips. You're going to put your used test strip in there. And then we also provide you with an envelope to mail your used test strips back to us at the end of the season for recycling. So those are the basic tests in our test kit. We're going to pack up our kit now, put our water back in the water body, make sure that we leave no trace. But you know what? We forgot our thermometer in the tree. Let's get our thermometer out. The last thing we're going to check is temperature. It's 25 degrees Celsius. And then we can close up our thing and go off to our next spot.